Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Titans Return New York Comic Con exclusive Fengul and Grotusque with Scorponok. So, I'm a little late on getting this review out. If you don't know what this toy is, this is very similar to the RC exclusive that the RC HasCon exclusive that I reviewed maybe a month ago at this point, maybe a little less than that. But big thing is, the day New York Comic Con started at the start of October, they announced and had available a new toy that no one knew about, and it was Grotesque. He was a monster bot and was a heavy retool of the Twin Ferno mold, which I have yet to review on this channel, but that should be coming out in a couple weeks. Main thing is, a lot of people are getting it like next day or Saturday. I was in the middle of moving house at that time, moving apartments at the time, so I had it shipped to my folks, and my mom was coming down for the Monday because that was Columbus Day, but it didn't get to her yet, and I was only able to get it yesterday. Well, yesterday when I get this review out, I actually got it. I'm recording the same day that I got it, and I'm so excited. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the RC and take a quick look at the box and Grotesque and Scorponok and Fengul in packaging before I actually get into it. And very much like RC, there's the Autobot logo in the front of the box with the meteor, ages 8 and plus by Hasbro. Transformers, nothing. Warnings, authentic Transformers, nothing. And now it is time to open the box and see what they look like inside. If I can do this very carefully so I do not ruin this box. Alright, there we are. There we've got line art of Fengul going on to Grotesque. Grotesque right there. We got Scorponok in his head mode, and he is a Decepticon while Fengul and Grotesque are Autobots. He has the ultimate firepower ability. He is diecast. Scorponok is diecast as well, like Ultra Magnus, and was supposed to be a part of the unreleased firepower box set. There are their cards. I still haven't gotten RC's out, so I don't have that information. Opening this up, you get the same Grotesque card art, but just in very large scale. And then you got Fengul and Grotesque and Scorponok, and then you got Blaster's head, Fortress Maximus's head, Sentinel Prime's head, Titans Return, Transformers, and then over here you've got Grotesque in his robot mode. Fengul is right there, his weapon, and it even reads Grotesque in the packaging. And then you got Scorponok there, Decepticon, Scorponok on the packaging, another Autobot symbol, Autobot meteor symbol, and yeah. That's what their packaging looks like. Sorry, I can't get it all quite in view at once, but yeah, that's that. So I am going to take them out of their packaging, and then we will be right back. And we're back with Fengul, Grotesque, and Scorponok all out of the box. And holy crap, are they all very nice. Where do I start? Yeah, let's start with Fengul himself. He is the nicest Titan Master to come out of this toy line. Look at that paint, look at that head, look at that saber-toothed tiger head, look at those arms, look at those legs, look at all of this very nice looking paint. And I'm surprised. I think this might be the first instance of the Titan Master head being retooled on a full body figure, because if you don't know, Grotesque is a heavy retool of not Double Cross, that was his original name, Twin Ferno from the Titans Return toy line, which I have not gotten to, but I will get to eventually. And look, this is Twin Ferno's Titan Master, and look at those heads. There are different heads. This one's head is based on a Beastformers character named White Leo, and this one is crap. I want to say Saber Tiger. I think that's what his name was, or Yellow Tiger, or Yellow Saber, or Golden Saber, or Golden Tiger. I don't know, but like they are based on those on actual characters from a minor Transformers-esque related toy line, but they're just retools of each other, even with different heads. But they still use the rest of the same bodies, though it looks so much better on Fengul because again they painted him. I do have a little bit. Mine does have a little bit of extra of that bluish greenish, the bluish paint right there, but don't care. Still looks very nice. And then you can see that obviously the heads are very, very different. Focusing on Fengul here, the double cross head has very dark blue eyes, the same like light blue paint that the legs and arms had. Though I will note that like the paint does look a little weird, like at the very where the eye paint and the helmet connect a little bit. But yeah. But that's a little more annoying than that little bit of splotch right there. But whatever. I've heard people that have had their Grotesque come with only one claw. I've heard people not have their Scorponoks in the packaging, so I will take this, especially with those complaints. I'm pretty sure they're minor and just far between, and I just happen to hear about them, but I know they have happened. But articulation for Fengul, his head can rotate. It's a little weird just because it's a little differently shaped than most other Time Master heads. But it can rotate a full 360 and can bob up and down side to side of it. The arms are able to bend all the way around that far back because of the face, and they are able to tilt out ever so slightly before you pop the ball socket off. Legs are able to go that far forward, that far back, and knees are able to go that far back and that far forward, and you just collapse it in half to boom, get the Titan Master head. That's all for Fengul. Let's quickly move on to Scorponok, who is die-cast. He is based off the character Scorponok from the G1 series, who was the counterpart to Fortress Maximus, who was also a headmaster and also transformed to a base, but he also had a scorpion mode. But he only gets a head in this series, even though this was the series for him. So sad, but he still gets recognition. He's got very nice blue. He's got very nice like beige going on. He's even got a very nice silver on that mouth plate right there. And his body is based off of Fangre's body, who I have reviewed, but it's hard to tell, especially with the face, because the Fangre's face is in all black, but you can see the comparisons there. They also have the different faces. And of note, during the RC review, I was questioning if Ultra Magnus was based on anyone. He is also based on the Fengri mold, so he's got the same exact face and body details that Scorponok does. The main difference is just they have different heads going on. And Scorponok's head is very nice with that silver, the gray, and the orange all going on. Articulation for him, it's all the same as the other one, but it's so very tight because the main body is made out of the metal, so it's really hard to get that head to it's really hard to get that head to rotate, and it's also really hard to get those hips to flex. But that does rotate. The arms are able to bend that far forward and that far out, which is basically nothing. And the legs are able to bend. Urgh. I'm not even trying that head, but these legs are just painted up. They're able to bend that far forward, that far back. Knees are a lot looser because they're not attached to any metal, so they are able to bend that far forward and that far back. And he also just collapses in half to get into the head mode. And that's all for Scorponok himself, so let's move on into the main figure, Grotesque, and holy crap, does he look good. He looks so very good. His monstrous gargoyle form has been recreated in toy form yet again, and it's so nice. Coming up here, you got a lot of blue going on in panels and blue on the eyes and a little bit of that pink going on for the lower jaw, and you can see some details going on in that mouth there and some teeth going on, gray going on, blue going on in those nubs right there. Coming to the main body, predominantly pink, a lot of scales going on in the back, a little bit of blue going on down there, but that's more so for robot mode details. You got these arms, which has some red detailing, an Autobot, a very nice Autobot symbol right there, some yellow detailing right there, some very nice claws with some gray paint going on there. Lower legs are gray, white claws, and this base is gray. A little bit of pinkish going on there. And gray wings and Autobot symbols on the wings, on both of the wings. So yeah. And before we really get going into anything, I do want to bring in Twin Ferno right now. You haven't seen him yet, but again, this is a heavy retool. And look at what they've retooled. Okay, the wings are the same. The wings are the same. Legs are the same. Tails? Are they completely the same? Yeah, they're completely the same. The tails are completely the same. Everything else. Oh, and these chest doors are the same. But like the rest of the torsos are completely different. The arms transform completely differently. The heads transform completely differently. These arms do not exist on this toy because his robot mode arms are those dragon heads, and this head is a completely new piece and new engineering molded onto for this specific toy. There's so much nice retooling going on here. There's a little bit of shared parts going on in the back, but even the placement of like these weapon ports right here are different, and there's some other minor stuff, but like the bigger differences, and like that does a very nice job of making them two very distinct looking toys. Even if the legs are a lot more similar than they probably should be, but they still look very nice, and like that's a minor, very, very minor thing. These look so nice. Work very well together. But I do really need to sing the praises of how well they retooled this toy into Grotesque. Getting back into Grotesque more, we got to talk about his articulation. Head is pretty solid, but he does have that jaw that works. The wings are able to articulate that like so. Able to fold up that far, fold down that far. Arms are able to rotate a full 360. You can get them around. There is a swivel that allows you to rotate full 360. There's this hinge that allows him to bend 90 degrees at the elbow, and will also allow him to bend 90 degrees at the elbow in his robot mode because they will rotate. And then these claws, you can like get them to pivot up and down if you want. Hips, they do rotate, and I'm pretty sure they can rotate full 360. There's this pin right there that will allow him to bend that far up and that far forward, and then the toes can pivot a little bit, and there's no articulation in the tail. And that is all of Grotesque's articulation. He does have a tie-in master seat in his chest. It's very similar to Mind Wipes if you saw that review. So this panel opens up, and there is a tie-in, and then there's a full. Oh, hold on, let me see if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. Oops, sorry, too much lamp. You got some detailing in there, and you got that slot right there will fit the back of the tie-in master's legs inside. You do have to get the legs out of the way a little bit to get that to work. To get it to work properly, just get your tie-in master in a seating position, plop him in, boom, you got him sitting inside Grotesque's belly. Besides that, I'll leave Fengul in there for now. Besides that, you also have two tie-in master ports on the back here that allow tie-in master feet pegs to go in, and you can just get them riding like that or that if you so want. I'll pull Fengul out of here for the time being. And then He also does have his 2 weapons. I won't bring them out now, but they are identical to the ones that Double Cross carries. Very nice. They're molded in pink and have a lot of white paint, even though like a bunch of the white paint does get onto like the pink painted part, the parts that were supposed to remain pink. But oh well. They're most of them are going to be covered anyway, and they combine into a singular gun like so that functions as a tie-in master seat with that slot and those pegs accommodating the slot and the pegs on the bottom of the tie-in master. And they slot in right there like so, and with these posts you are able to plug it onto the back of Grotesque using those slots right there, so you can have someone riding the gargoyle with cannons coming out of its back. Besides that, there are a couple other places to store it. You can use these 5mm ports to store them in the wings, like so. But I have to give credit to MGO for this because I don't think I would have noticed, but there are these slots on the side of Grotesque's head that are completely capable of utilizing, hold on, am I using the right peg? There's a few different pegs to use. Yeah, nope. Trust me, this works. Trust me, this works. Yeah, it is the same peg you use to plug him on the back, but you can plug the guns into the side of his head. And that looks a little silly, but I will give it to you. That is something you can do. Definitely needed to point that out before we moved along, but that is all the interaction with the weapons and the tie-in masters with Grotesque. And once I get them standing, we will do some size comparisons. Here they are with Legends Class Bumblebee. Legends Class Bumblebee. You can see how that scales. Deluxe Class Chrome Dome. You can see how that scales. Voyager Class Megatron. And you see how that scales. And Leader Class 6-Shot. And you can see how that scales. And that's all there is to say on Grotesque's Beast mode. So let's roll right along to the Robot mode. And to start, we are going to take the legs apart. I will note before we get going, a lot of people have complained that this is a very loose connection and theirs don't hold well. I do have that issue sometimes. It just depends upon how correctly I get these bits up here. Depends upon how well this holds. But even then, it's still loose, but it will hold. So what's going to happen, though, what is going to happen, you're going to pull, you're going to fold. Let's start with folding the feet. You're going to fold the feet back like so, and then collapse all of that leg into that hip, basically. And collapse all of that. You're going to pull those those pieces to the side, and then split the tail in half, and then move the tail tips out to the side. And then what's going to happen is we're going to rotate that down around what's going to be the knee, collapse that down into the leg, fold the tail down. You'll do that on the opposite side. Repeat that. Rotate, fold down, fold down. And the other thing you need to do is to rotate the beast feet back to the back, and then you got the legs all done right there. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the arms, you're going to rotate them, you're going to flip those claws up, and you're going to come in and pull the fists out. You're going to repeat that on the other side. Flip claw up, rotate, flip fists, fist out. And then next is going to happen is you're going to take the head and untab it. There's 2 tabs that go into those 2 slots right there. And they're going to untab and tab into the 2 slots on the back that were used to hold the weapon in the weapons on the back. There, that's going to tab in right there. This whole panel will fold down on a double hinge onto the chest, and then the jaw will collapse and fold all the way up in that pattern. And then you have Grotesque in his robot mode, and all he needs is his Titan Master Partner. Fold him in half, collapse him into the neck, and boom, there you have Grotesque in his robot mode. And boy, does that look very, very nice. Very nice. Again, you saw the head before, so we'll focus on the rest of it. You got nice blue going on. You got some nice blue and silver details going on. A bit of grays going on around the lower legs. White thighs, the blue from the end of the tail that I mentioned were going to be more for the robot mode detail appears there. Actually, now I do notice this is pink is different from that pink, so I don't know what got painted and what didn't, or if they just got all the different pinks. But there are a couple of different pinks, but not that noticeable or that complaining, because I mean, look at him. Look at those colors. Those are clashing colors, like gray and pink and blue and white. Oh my God, this is a fashion show nightmare here, people. And even some yellow and red and ugh. Colors, man. Okay. Still cool though. And he's got his gray feet going on. You can see how the feet work and how the beast feet stick out at the back. You got the arms. The fists are just completely wide, and you see that extra detail on the arms going on. You saw those details going on in the dragon mode. Then you got the dragon wings, and you can see how the back looks. And the only kibble is the wings and the gargoyle head, and that's very nice. And yeah, articulation. Wow, I'm terrible. I am sorry. Articulation. You can rotate his head 360 degrees. His head is able to bob a bit because of the time after articulation. Wings are still able to articulate. Arms are able to rotate a full 360. They do have a swivel, and they are able to fold out that far up. You can use this panel. You can move this panel. You have to move all the way. I feel like I forgot to mention that in the dragon mode. I apologize, but you got a hinge right there, so you can get the arms to go out to the side and all the way up if you really want to. Yeah, that's nice. You got slightly less than 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, but you get 90 degrees of elbow if you bend his arm, break his arm. And then you got wrist articulation if you count that as wrist articulation, if you want. Nothing at the waist. He does have a skirt flap that does move to accommodate leg movement, and I just knocked a claw out of Grotesque's hand. But this does fold up, so you can get his legs to bend that far forward, that far back, that far out. There is a very tight swivel in that hip. You got a knee that does this over a 90-degree bend because of the transformation. You want to call that ankle tilt? Sure, you can call that ankle tilt. Then the feet are able to rotate a full 360, but have no actual anything else to them. And then you got his weapons. He can hold his weapons because he can hold them. He's got 5mm posts that can hold his weapons in his hands. You can store them on his dragon wings if you want to do that. Actually, if you're storing them on his wings, you probably want to do something like that, though it's not like a tight connection just because of this peg getting in the way a little bit, but like you can get them to fit. Yeah, you can store them like that if you want. Again, you can't store them on the back, like right on the dragon's back because of the gargoyle head taking that up. Did I say dragon's back? But I meant the gargoyle body. But you can store them like so in the side of the head, and that is probably what those posts are for, so you can store them on his back like so. Which that does have a very nice look to it. Very nice over the shoulder cannon look to him. Can you store them upside down? That's the question. Yeah, you can. They are slightly molded, like if you can tell, they're slightly molded to fit into that groove better. But like the post will still fit. So if you don't want the weapons showing or anything, you can have them sitting like that. And that is some nice storage. Okay, now I understand why that bit exists. But yeah, now let's take a look at some size comparisons. Quick thing that I discovered after I finished recording, he does actually have some foot articulation. There is a hinge right here that allows his foot to tilt. And I'll just bring Twin Ferno and his beast mode to show that that can be used in the beast mode to have him spread his legs out like so, and it goes that far. I had this mold for a while, and I never knew that was a thing. So we both learned something new today. We all learned something new today, I should say. But that's all I needed to say. So now back to your regular. I can't say that. Back to your regularly scheduled review. Here they are with Legends class Bumblebee. And you can see Bumblebee just comes about to that jaw chest panel. Deluxe class Chrome Dome. And I think Chrome Dome's just a hair taller at the head. Was I going to say a hair taller at the head? I don't know. But now here he is with Voyager class Megatron. He comes up to about those stickers, kind of. Here he is with Leader class 6-shot. Oh, also Scorponok is there too. So this is also very skewed, and I almost knocked the camera over. But he comes up to right about there on 6-shot. Here they are with the channel's mascots, Soundwave, and Wheeljack. You can see how all of them look together. And very quickly, let us take a comparison between Twin Ferno and Grotesque, and you can see all of the changes that were made to make them distinct. The arms these arms are completely different from those arms. The chests details are completely different. They even just did brand new hip lower area pieces for them. The legs are the same, just different paint applications. Again, the backs are pretty different with this dragon head, this gargoyle head being on the back, and then just these arms sticking out and all of that. And holy crap, they did a very nice job at making these two very different looking toys out of the same base mold and still make them look very different and unique. So I do very much have to give props to Hasbro on that one, especially for a convention exclusive. Well, the thing is, it was a convention exclusive that was available on Hasbro's toy shop. Funnily enough, I managed to get him the day I got him. I saw people tweeting out that the Chosen Prime had some of them in stock. I have absolutely no idea if by the time I get this video out, there's going to be any left in stock. So maybe there will, probably not, knowing how many people want to get Grotesque. But this is also supposedly coming out as a Toys R Us exclusive alongside the RC box set. When that's going to happen, I don't know, because I thought that was supposed to happen by this point, especially with RC. Though they are both listed as being Hasbro Transformers Collectors Club exclusives. So were these supposed to be convention club exclusives that they decided to upgrade and add the Time Master partner from the canceled box sets to? Because I think for a while people were thinking RC was part of the box set, but Grotesque doesn't fit the mold because the other two box sets didn't have nearly as much retooling as Grotesque does on him, and he has all of this dedicated. And this was definitely planned for a while, and they weren't going to let it go to waste. So I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to be part of the club, and then the box sets got canceled. So let's just make him exclusives and throw in the die-cast metal Time Masters. But regardless, if you do get your a chance to grab them, they are very nice and very nice collections to your collection. Very nice to get at least some form of Scorponok recognized and Titan's return. And very nice to at least have some representation of all three of the monster bots. Repugnus is not here because he is only a Titan Master, and I will just talk about him when we get to Repugnus's review. But Grotesque, Twin Ferno, and Repugnus all made some form of an appearance in Times Return Toyland. Holy crap, I never expected that to happen. And it's very nice, and Grotesque is very nice. Even on his own, he is a very nice toy. So if you get a chance, definitely consider getting him. But that is all I have to say on them. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All of the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.